A critical part of building a new home is to make sure that the basement stays dry forever. There are 3 areas that we need to worry about: gutters, grade, and foundation drainage, and they all come into play right now. The very most important thing to keep a home dry is to set the elevation of the foundation properly and have the dirt graded so water runs away. It's a very basic thing, but there's a lot of problems caused by dirt being just too high on the house. So for starters, we have the backyard grade is down from the basement floor, so the water has a chance to get away before it comes in. We grade all the way around the house with the same thoughts in mind. We want water to be able to stay down from the siding and get away from the house as quickly as possible so it doesn't sit against the foundation and cause a wet basement. The second line of defense for surface water and rainwater is gutters. We have to get the water that falls on the house into the gutters, into the downspout, and away from the foundation. We do that by burying these PVC pipes underground at the early stages of construction. We plan ahead where the downspouts will go. Now all the rainwater will fall on the house, into these pipes, out the back of the house, and they keep the foundation dry. So we've dealt with our surface water and our rainwater, and the next thing is to deal with all the water that goes through the soil and collects around the foundation. Oftentimes, that does not get dealt with properly at early stages of construction. The water sits around the foundation, comes up through the basement floor, and you have a wet basement. So the first component of that is corrugated drainage tile. It's a plastic pipe. It has little slits in it. So the water that comes through the soil hits the pipe, goes through the holes, and then we can channel it to wherever we want it to go. In this case, we're going to take it out the back of the house, and we're going to run it to the sump pit so we can pump it out if we need to in the future. So on the outside of the foundation, we have this tile running around the footings, and then on the inside of the foundation we have the same thing, and under the floor there's a network of this tile that makes it so the water just can't sit. And the rock is very important too. We have 2 feet of rock around the perimeter of the foundation, 6 inches of rock under the basement floor. The rock itself makes it so the water can't sit. It runs where we want it to go, collects in the pipes, and keeps your basement dry. We have all experienced basements that are not only damp, but they're cold. And something we can do right now at this stage of construction that can't be done later is to insulate underneath the basement floor. So we put down this 2-inch thick rigid foam insulation on top of the rock, and we pour the concrete over the top of the insulation. And what that does is it just keeps that floor from feeling that 55-degree ground temperature that always makes a normal uninsulated floor feel just a little cold and clammy. So these steps, if we drain our foundation properly, we deal with our grade, we take the water away with the gutters, and we insulate under the basement floor, can make a lower level just as comfortable as the main floor.